There's something to be said about being kind to people. Not only that promotes a healthy environment, positive, loving, nurturing, collaborating, but it's also good for you. It makes you feel good about yourself. So there's a certain level of ego feeding, positive, I feel good about myself attitude that comes from being kind to others. Plus, of course, if that's how you act, that's how you feel, and if that's how you feel, that's what you believe in, and eventually that just becomes your personality, not just a persona. So in a way, even if you don't have a natural tendency towards kindness, to practice it will lead to you becoming kind. The difficulty is to be kind to oneself, because that's the non-public version of yourself. So you allow yourself to be kind to others, whilst stopping yourself from being kind to yourself. It's much more difficult to be kind to yourself when other people attack you. If you do it out loud, you might be accused of being egotistical. If you do it in private, you might be accused of being moany. If you do it just inside your own head, you might be deluding yourself as to who's wrong and who's right. But one thing I know for sure: it is fundamental that you are kind to yourself. That comes in many forms. It's fundamental that you practice a certain level of self-care. In fact, I'm not sure if there's enough self-care to be exercised towards oneself. Can there be too much self-care? I'm not sure about that. Then there's kindness towards yourself that comes in the form of allowing yourself to be positive and stay positive. That sometimes includes to surround yourself with positive people, and perhaps more importantly, to remove yourself from negative circles. If there's a toxic person in your life and you know that this person is toxic, even though they might be trying, they might be fighting that toxicity themselves. But if you know that they are toxic and that's contagious, what you have to do is let go. That's quite difficult because that could be your best friend, or at least someone who you perceive to be your best friend. That could be your partner, that could be your boyfriend, that could be your wife. Your own parents sometimes need to be put at bay for a while, at least whilst everyone sorts themselves out and know exactly what kind of energy they want to exude. The reality is, toxicity breeds toxicity, and kindness breeds kindness. But unfortunately, kindness is a long-term remedy for toxicity, but the right amount of toxicity is rapid fire against kindness. So you're almost fighting a losing battle. Almost. If you stay kind, if you stay loving, if you stay self-aware, if you stay present, and if you listen to what needs to be listened to, the toxicity from others will either subside or they will. And you will stay kind. And you will stay true to yourself, and you will become closer to that person that you want to become. That's my own personal journey. I make mistakes. I have days where I'm in a bad mood. And even worse, there are days when I'm in a bad mood and I react badly to it. And that's my fault. Because we are all allowed to have bad days. We are all allowed to feel negative or down. What we are not allowed to do is to indulge in that. Is to allow ourselves to react in a way that feeds that. No. We have to find the kindness in ourselves and others, and fight toxicity with that love. Because ultimately, that kindness is not just for others, it's not just for show, it's for you. And as you feel kind, you will be kind. So when you feel that temper change, maybe take some time. Choose silence. And talk to yourself. Ask yourself, why am I reacting? Do I need to react this way? What's the best way to phrase my frustrations and express myself in a way that it doesn't breed even more toxicity? that doesn't breed even more problems, even more frustration. Because we all know, unless you're a psychopath, you feel regret when you talk to someone in a nasty way, in an unpolite way. You know that feeling, and you probably try to spin it somehow. So you convince yourself and others that you got angry justifiably, and you said the things you said because you had to, because you were making a stance. No, you weren't. You were just reacting. Maybe you need to make a statement. But trust me, from someone who's been on both sides of this, you can do it with calm, polite, and loving energy. It doesn't have to be all anger. So use those emotions and filter them through that kindness sieve. And then express yourself. Good luck.